I wonder. Click. Absolutely insane. And so I'm sitting here, I'm watching it happen in real time. I'm like, they're not even trying to hide it from us anymore. Oh my god, it blows my mind, dude. So then I wake up the next morning and Facebook, gone. They deleted me completely. They were censoring me the very next day. The First Amendment is dead, you guys. The government has the technology to spread propaganda and misinformation like we've never seen in history. This is legit the Great Reset. It's happening right now. We deserve to know what's really going on. This is the Uncensored Truth. What's up, guys? It's Jeremy with the Uncensored Truth, the podcast designed to free your minds from the grips of the mainstream media by giving you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the uncensored truth. Today, we're just going to talk a few headlines, go into a few of the things that are going on right now in the world. It's crazy, like always. Never get a break from the craziness, man. It sucks. It really does, but that's just how it is, man. We are on the verge of World War III. We have been for a few months now, and I've been telling you guys this for a while, and it's no different today that it was a couple months ago. You know, we are almost at war with Russia. The globalists are doing everything they can to make it happen, and the public pretty much is okay with it because they believe everything that they're seeing on the mainstream media. That's why I have this show, is to let you know what is really going on, because you guys are being fooled, and we are about to go to war because of it. And we need to see the truth. We need to open our eyes, and we need to pay attention, because right now it's a dire moment, man. It's scary. It really, really is. But first, like always, I have to ask, please, whether you're watching a video or listening to this on a podcast, whatever platform it is, please go down to the rating section, whether it's a thumb up or a thumb down, a 1-star or a 5-star. I just want you to be honest. Please leave a review. Leave a comment and letting me know how you feel about the podcast. If you hate it, then tell me, man. If I'm doing a horrible job, then tell me. But if you love it, tell me that also. It's going to help me make this show better for you guys, and that is my goal. I want to make the show better. I do not care what you say as long as you are being honest. Being 100% genuinely honest. Don't just say some negative shit because of the fact that you do not like my political views or whatever. Just be honest. Tell me if I'm doing a good job or not, man. That's all I ask. I would greatly appreciate it. Please, it only takes a couple seconds. Go down there, do it right now. Leave a comment and tell me what you think of the show, or leave it a thumb up or a thumb down, and leave a comment and let me know what you think, whether it's video or podcast, whatever. Do it right now, and then come right back, and I'll continue the show. 2, 1, 0. Welcome back, people. This is what you got. It's me. I never left. I was here the whole time. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, today, like I said, just going to talk a couple headlines. Probably going to be a shorter episode. I do apologize, but I got things to do, man, and I got to drink this Rockstar. I do. I'm not sure if I can even show that. Who knows? We'll put it right there so it's out of focus. What do we got for headlines today, guys? A couple things that I was going to share with you, show the world. Obviously, for starters, there's cyber attacks going on. These cyber attacks are false flags. So these airports, I think in Des Moines, New York, LA, all over the place, where we have these airports who have had cyber attacks on them. Well, the US is claiming that it is Russia that's doing this. Now, I can tell you right now, whether you're in Russia, China, or in my freaking basement, you can make that cyber attack look like it came from anywhere. And I'll tell you right now, Russia, their cyber people are a hell of a lot smarter than you think. They're not going to leave the breadcrumbs pointing directly back to them. No, they're not going to do that. They're a little bit smarter than that. Give them some credit, you guys. They supposedly hacked the 2016 election, and I got a runny nose. Do I? I had a bloody nose, man. Like a direct energy weapon. Do you think they're trying to come after me? Weird. You never know. Who knows? But that was a random bloody nose that doesn't normally happen to a guy like me. Kind of creepy, if you ask me. Maybe it's the Rockstar. Anyways, do not fall for this false flag cyber attack that they're saying is coming from Russia, because it's not. It is coming from the globalists, whether they're henchmen or whoever it is that are carrying this out, or coming from the UN, Europe, United States, China, wherever. It's not Russia. Russia's got a lot of shit going on right now, and it has nothing to do with us, man. Well, it does. We're the ones that are manipulating everything, making this war in Ukraine happen. The Nord Stream 2 pipeline, that was a false flag attack. That was done intentionally. It was us that did it, man. We said we were going to do it. We did it. It's because the globalists, the people in power, the U.S. government, they want us at war. They want the world to crumble. So they need these horrible things to happen. You guys do not understand. We cannot be at war. Like, this is a war we do not want to be in. You do not want to be in a nuclear war with any country whatsoever, because a lot of people will die. Unless, of course, that's what you want to have happen. They've got these fucking bunkers all over the United States that these globalists, these elite, can go at a moment's notice. They have been going to these bunkers at times, because you never know when a nuclear war is going to pop off, and it's ever closer now than it ever has been. So it's terrifying to think about, guys, but we are very, very close to a nuclear war, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's something we see within days, weeks, months, whatever, this year, very, very soon, man, because that's what they're pushing for. It's intentional. They want this to happen. And the only people who are going to suffer are you and I. It's us. We will be the ones to suffer, not the elite, not the globalists, not the people who are playing with these countries like it's freaking chess, like it's Risk. Remember Risk? Strategia. What's that game called? Ouch. About my knee. I mean, just look at the Mockingbird prostitute media here on Google. I'll pull it up right now if I can. You just Google cyber attack false flag, and the shit that you get here. U.S. claims Russia planning false flag cyber attack. That's from The Guardian. Russia, Ukraine. U.S. warns of false flag operation. Russia may use chemical weapons in false flag attack. That's from Reuters, BBC, NBC. All of these people, dude, they're telling you what they want you to think. It's not Russia. It is us. Do you understand what a false flag attack is? It's when somebody carries out an attack and points the finger at someone else. Someone carries out an attack, makes it look like it was Russia. Our media is legitimately reversing that, saying that Russia is going to carry out a false flag attack. No, these attacks that are happening, they're happening to Russia in most instances, and it's the U.S. that's doing it. These false flag attacks are not coming from Russia. They are coming from us. The United States and the globalists are carrying out these false flag attacks, trying to push us into World War III, trying to push us into a nuclear war. Do not fall for it, you guys. You can pretty much just assume that everything you're hearing from MSNBC, CNN, and NBC, all of these places, is false. Do not believe it. And I'm not going to claim to just have this higher knowledge of what the hell's going on, but I do know it's not what they're telling us, you guys. It's just not, man. Question everything. Regardless, it's not them, man. Do not fall for that shit. They're doing this intentionally to make Russia look like the bad guy. Another thing that happened, Tulsi Gabbard. She was the one person that kept me connected to the Democratic Party. Like, I used to be Democrat. I'm not anything right now, because politics drives me absolutely bonkers. But I used to be a Democrat, no longer a Democrat. The only Democrat out there that kind of kept me held on was Tulsi Gabbard. And now she has ruined that for me. I now have no affiliation to the Democratic Party whatsoever. And the reason that is because Tulsi Gabbard actually left the Democratic Party. She is no longer a Democrat. I don't know if she's going to be a Republican or what that means. But it was a beautiful thing, man. Let's look what she had to say. She actually released a video, and she was attacking the mainstream media, the Democratic Party, the elites, the globalists. Let's see what she had to say in this video. I can no longer remain in today's Democratic Party that is now under the complete control of an elitist cabal of warmongers driven by cowardly wokeness, who divide us by racializing every issue and stoke anti-white racism, which is true. Like, that is all you see on TV is everything is racist, and it's because white people are racist. Like, it's an attack on white people. If you are a straight, middle-aged, middle-class white man, you are hated. You are the devil in the eyes of the media, in the eyes of anybody. The Democratic Party hates you, man. And there is a hate campaign against you at this moment. I'm not trying to say that any race is superior, because they are not. We are all equal. We should all be equal. But there's a legit campaign out there trying to stoke anger on white people. And she sees what's happening. She sees the poison that is spewing throughout the Democrat Party. And she gone. She's done with it, man. She went on to ridicule these woke joke fools by saying they are actively working to undermine our God-given freedoms, are hostile to people of faith and spirituality, demonize the police, and protect criminals at the expense of law-abiding Americans. It's beautiful, dude. She's spot on. Like, she's 100% accurate. This is exactly what is happening every single day. She also said they believe in open borders, weaponizing the national security state to go after political opponents, and above all, dragging us ever closer to nuclear war. I just got done talking about that. She's spot on, man. I love what she's doing here. I do agree with her on a lot of things. I still believe that Tulsi Gabbard is a baby of the World Economic Forum. She's a WEF frickin' pawn, I believe. So I have my doubts about her. I think that she's just a front to get us to like her. But I agree with the shit she's saying. I hope I'm wrong about her, because we need somebody like her. We need somebody like DeSantis. I hope that they are genuine good people. I wouldn't be surprised if we see her and DeSantis on the ticket to become president and vice president. I don't know. Maybe. She went on to say, I believe in a government that is of, by, and for the people. Unfortunately, today's Democratic Party is not. Instead, it stands for a government of, by, and for the powerful elite. I'm calling on my fellow common sense, independent-minded Democrats to join me in leaving the Democrat Party. If you can no longer stomach the direction that so-called woke Democratic Party ideologues are taking our country, I invite you to join me. I'm with you, Tulsi. Please do not F me over. Do not try and push forward the WEF, the World Economic Forum's agenda. If you start getting on this whole Great Reset kick, you're done. But right now, I'm somewhat on board, but I do have my doubts, because Yuval Noah Harari and Klaus Schwab seem to like you a little too much. If you are against these elites, these globalists, they should hate you, because they are absolutely the elites and the globalists. You should be 100% against the World Economic Forum. I want you to come out and say that publicly. And if you do, I will still be about 5% unsure as to whether or not you are a good person, to be honest. So you come out against the World Economic Forum, and I'll back you, man. Woman. Not only that, but she was way too good looking for the Democratic Party. Like, all the good looking women are Republican. They just are. I mean, these monster lizard looking fools on the left, they're just a bunch of horrible, monstrous looking people. It's true. They're demons, man. They're demonic, nasty fools. If you guys remember, Hillary Clinton actually accused Tulsi Gabbard back in however long ago of being a Russian asset. And the only reason that is because she's been against this war in Russia. She's been against giving tens of billions of dollars to Ukraine. I mean, we've given them $40 billion, $80 billion. How about $52 billion we've given Ukraine for this war that we shouldn't be involved in whatsoever? Like, that's their own shit. That's like us being in this war on terror forever, and then some third party comes in and gives the terrorists $50 billion to fight us. That's what we're doing in Ukraine. Russia is at war with Ukraine and doing what they're doing because they've had a Nazi presence in Ukraine for a very long time. And these people are terrorists and they are killing Russians. I'm not saying Russia's the good guy. I'm not saying that Russia is perfect. I'm just saying that in this instance, they have every right to be doing what they're doing right now. I hate war. I wish we were never at war, but certain things are happening for a reason, and it's not because they're just terrorists trying to murder Ukrainians. No. They're trying to take back what maybe at one point was theirs. I don't know the whole history there, but I do know that there are old school Nazi terrorists in Ukraine trying to kill Russians, and that is what this war is about. It has nothing to do with what the mainstream media is telling you, and Ukrainians aren't the good guys here. They are the bad guys. We installed that regime in the Ukraine back in 2014. We set up a coup and made it the way it is right now. We are at fault for that, and we're trying to keep them in power, and that's the only reason we're involved. That's why we keep funding them. We are at war with Russia. We have been for a while because we are funding their enemy at the moment. And it's getting worse. Like we will be full on war here soon if we do not stop what's happening. And I'll tell you right now, the Democrats want this to happen. There's no way they're going to let Republicans back in power because there is so much at stake here. Like there's billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars being invested in different areas that the Republicans are against. And if they thought by chance Republicans were going to be back in power ever, then they wouldn't be throwing their money away like that. Unless they're just idiots. But I think the whole thing's a freaking sham. I don't trust any bit of it. I don't believe that a vote counts whatsoever. I think the people in power are in power because the globalists make them in power, and that's all that matters. Whatever they want to have happen will happen. I have a tiny bit of faith that the shit still works, but I really doubt it, guys. That's way too much money to be poured into a system that can absolutely not work if Republicans get into power. No way. Especially DeSantis and Tulsi Gabbard. They will not let anything like that happen. No. So Hillary Clinton has been painting Tulsi Gabbard as this Russian asset for the longest time. And the only reason that is because she's against the war in Ukraine. She's against it. 100%. She doesn't want it to happen. And I don't blame her. Who does, man? You shouldn't want that war happening right now. You shouldn't want the U.S. involved in any way whatsoever. Kind of makes me wonder. I wouldn't be surprised if she's going to jump on the ticket with DeSantis. And if she does, you know what? I'm cool with it, man. I'm cool with it. Maybe. She needs to come out against the World Economic Forum. That's my one thing. Do it. Do it now, Gabbard. You got a lot of people who are worried about that. I ain't lying. What other news is out there right now? There was a kid in Lafayette, this teenager, speaking of hate crimes, racist, false flag crimes out there. There was this kid in Lafayette, Farrell Smith, 18. He faces charges after allegedly posting a threat on Facebook saying that he and his friends were going to go to this fair. There was a carnival or something going on. He was going to go to this fair and murder a bunch of black people. And said, white power. Claimed to be white power, whatever the sign is. Is this the sign? This is not the sign. That's a psyop. They created this. This means okay, people. It's always meant okay. This has never meant white power. Never, ever, ever. There was a legit podcast. I can't remember what it was, but somebody came out and said, wouldn't it be funny if we tried to tell everybody that this was a racist symbol and just see what happened? And it literally went from there, and it turned into being a white power symbol. That's not what it is. It's a psyop. When you see people doing this, it's not white power. Anyways, this kid is black. He made a fake Facebook page pretending he was white and a white supremacist and threatened to go out and kill a bunch of black people at this fair. They ended up tracing the Facebook page back to his house, and he's in jail right now. But my point is, that's the type of shit that happens because people think they can get away with it because they want the world to think that there's this extreme racism out there. Truth is, it was an attack against white people, and I would like to thank you, Jesse Smollett. You were the one who told this kid it was okay to do that. And now he's going to be in jail for some time, probably ruined his life, ruined his reputation. It's because he saw what you did and he thinks it's okay. You are a piece of shit and you deserve every bit of what you got. Sorry for swearing, you guys. Sorry if I keep switching shit up in here, guys. I had a battery freaking die. Had a bloody nose earlier because of a direct energy weapon attack on me while I was in the middle of my episode. So I apologize for jumping around. I really do. Rockstar's getting cold. No, wait, getting warm. I take it back. What else do we got in the news? The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation announced a $1.27 billion initiative to fund the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. This includes $200 million for digital IDs and civil registry database. So they want digital IDs. I'm telling you right now, these digital IDs are a bad idea. This is the same globalist agenda from the World Economic Forum that they've been trying to do forever. They did it in China. It's part of the whole Chinese social credit score. They want to implant this chip or whatever in you that allows them to track and trace every single thing you do. Not only that, but it will basically have all your information, everything, not just Jeremy from blah, 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 my address, whatever, but it's also going to have my social credit score, what I've been doing and saying in my own personal life, what my opinions are, my political views. That way, when I walk into a building, it's like, you cannot serve him. His social credit score is too low. It sounds crazy, you guys, but that's what they're trying to do. This technology, this future they have where everybody's got these digital IDs. And when they say digital ID, it's not an ID card. The reason it's digital is because it's implanted into you. This is biblical stuff, man. And these are things that they're wanting to do. They've been wanting to do this for a long time. I've been telling you about this. It has to do with the Microsoft technology, the WO 2020-060606. That's the patent number for this, the ability to link a cryptocurrency to your biometric data. Again, being able to read your body, what you do, say, think, act, where you are, who you are. They're going to be able to link that with a cryptocurrency that can be cut off at a moment's notice if you are not doing, acting, saying, and thinking exactly how they want you to. It's the Chinese social credit score. They have it going on in China right now. They're going to bring it here. That's the point of the Great Reset. That's what the World Economic Forum wants. And they will do whatever they can to make it happen. They're investing billions of dollars into this stuff, so they're trying to make it happen. This is the same shit that I'm telling you Republicans do not want to have happen. So for these guys to throw this much money at this, they must know it's a good investment. They must know that there's nothing for them to worry about. It's just crazy, this digital identity. They want to be able to surveil us everywhere, and that's what Yuval Noah Harari even said. This is a new age of surveillance. Soon we will be able to survey people not only everywhere, but underneath the skin, like inside of our bodies. Like this isn't just some crazy conspiracy theory. You've got these globalists, these elitists, these people. What is that? Do the lights keep changing in here, people? I keep feeling like the lights are dimming. So when I edit these videos afterwards and I put these together, I realize that the color changes a lot, and it never used to be like that. And I'm wondering if it has to do with the red light that I have above me right here. There's a red light up there. There's red lights everywhere, baby. I'm sorry. My favorite color is red, and it has nothing to do with this. I ain't no gangsta. But if I were, I would choose Bloods because red is my favorite color. Not because I have any ties. I like the color red, so I'm obligated to be a Blood. Okay? Just so you guys know, if anybody's looking at maybe recruiting me to be in your gang, I would prefer to be a Blood, okay? If I had to choose. I'd like to be my own person. I'd like to just not have to join a gang, you guys. But that's the world we live in. You got to pick sides no matter what you are. I forgot where I was, talking about the digital IDs. I don't have to go into the detail on that because you guys know it's a bad idea. PepsiCo just announced that they had an average product price spike of 17% year over year. In other words, their products cost 17% more than they did at this time last year. So when Joe Biden comes out and says there's 8% inflation, he's full of it, man. They're fudging those numbers to make it look like it's not as bad as it was. They're changing the terminology. They're changing the meaning of certain words to make it seem like we are not in a recession right now. Like inflation is not as bad as it is. They are lying to you guys every single day. This is a corrupt terrorist regime that is in power right now in the United States. This guy is evil, evil, evil. And I'm telling you right now, things are not good. They are trying to push us into this economic destruction so that way we have to take on this Great Reset. That's what they're doing. They're pushing us to the Great Reset, you guys. This is all connected. Everything is happening for the exact same reasons. It's so the globalists and the elites can take over and push this great reset on us, and that's what this inflation is. And they're lying about it. Inflation is real. It's at 17% or more. I think inflation's at 50%. I've seen the prices of these used vehicles right now double in some instances. I mean, I know that's just one section of the economy, but it's happening. Houses, huge. Like inflation for everything is at least 20%, probably more. So the fact that they're trying to say it's 8% or less, they're full of it, man. And you guys just eat it up, man. It's like, yeah, everything the mainstream media tells me is real. I love it. Shut up. The mainstream media is the enemy, people. I can't believe I just made those. Yeah, gross. What else we got, man? Oh, here's a good one. And this is what's probably going to get this episode deleted. But Pfizer exec admits under oath we never tested the COVID vaccine against transmission. In other words, they never tested to see if the COVID vaccines would actually stop people from getting COVID. What it's designed to do, it was never tested for that at all. That, whatever, I knew that, but this person actually testified under oath and admitted that. A senior Pfizer executive admitted under oath the company never tested their COVID vaccine to see if it prevented transmission. Here's what was asked. Was the Pfizer COVID vaccine tested on stopping the transmission of the virus before it entered the market? She said no. And then went on to explain that it was a race against science or some stupid shit that was rather confusing. But she had said, if we didn't do it, someone else would have. In other words, if we're not going to get billions upon billions, if not trillions in profits, somebody else will. She doesn't care if it's not safe. She doesn't care if it doesn't work. All she wanted was for their company to make billions, hundreds of billions of dollars off of our fear. Not only that, but we've seen people die. I'm not going to get into whether or not it's good or bad. I don't have to. You guys already know this. The world is divided. It's not because half of the world just wants to be rebels and say, I'm not going to do it because you're making me. No, it's because they can see what's happening. They can see on TV things that are happening that never happened before. People just collapsing, athletes, the healthiest people in the world just falling down for some reason. Again, I'm not going to say it's because of the vaccine, but weird things are happening. They can see these people collapsing. They can see athletes, healthy people collapsing, actors dying, celebrities dying, musicians dying, things that never happened before. And here's the difference. Imagine we see those people dying right now, and it's all kind of the same thing: cardiac arrest, enlarged heart, weird stuff like that, just falling asleep and not waking up, as opposed to like, celebrities and actors and athletes, they die all the time, usually when they're older, and usually because of suicide or a car accident or something that makes them die. But now it seems to be the same thing. Everybody's just falling asleep and not waking up, or they're just having heart attacks or cardiac arrest, just weird shit like that. And just a lot of it. We're seeing a lot of it. Now just imagine the people who aren't in the spotlight. Normal people like you and I. Think about the hundreds of thousands, if not millions, that aren't in front of the camera that we don't know about. Those are just the people we know about. Definitely more than normal. Absolutely more than normal, especially for people like these athletes who are extremely healthy. But think about the people we don't know, who don't make the news. Lots of them, man. It's happening all over. And their stories are being censored. They're being blocked from getting on the news, from being seen on social media. They censor that shit like crazy. And it is hard work to do that because those stories are surfacing all the time. Do you guys remember Tiffany Dover? Tiffany Dover was the very first American to receive the COVID vaccine. If you guys remember, they made a pretty big deal about it. They had the camera crew there when she got the shot, and then they had a press conference for her to talk right afterwards. She was a nurse. She got the shot live on camera. Then they had a press conference right afterwards where she looked extremely ill during the press conference and then fainted live on camera. Pretty big deal. And then now it is almost impossible to find that video. They scrubbed it off the internet. Here's the crazy thing. They've pretty much scrubbed any information about Tiffany Dover off the internet. You can't find anything about her. Nobody knows where she is. She is literally missing. Like, we have no idea where she is. We can't find this. News crews have been trying to track her down to find out how she's doing, but they can't. The first European to get the COVID-19 vaccine, do you remember who that was? Believe it or not, it was William Shakespeare. Not the William Shakespeare you're thinking of, but a man by the name of William Shakespeare. Just a year after getting the COVID vaccine, first European to get the COVID vaccine, he died. Now, granted, this guy was older. He was an elderly man, so whatever. He died. A year, I mean, I think just before a year after he got the COVID vaccine, dead. The first American to get the COVID vaccine, missing. But she fainted live on camera. We have no idea where she is. Now, I guess somebody said they found a document that shows that she purchased real estate, a house, a very, very, very expensive house, far beyond the budget of a nurse. But it had her name on it. I guess receipts or like the contract for the house, whatever, had her name on it. That's like the only trace of this person anywhere. I'd like to know where Tiffany Dover is. I'm not saying anything bad happened to her. I'm not saying she's dead or whatever. I just want to know where this girl who is on camera, very first American, whatever, to get this COVID vaccine, I want to know where she is, man. I just want to know how she's doing. That's all. Inquiring minds want to know, people. So if anybody knows, leave a comment. Let me know. I'm truly curious here. What else do we got? Is that it, man? Welcome to the show, Tulsi Gabbard. What else do we got? I'm going to get Truth Media 605 going. I'm going to have that more news-based. I probably should have this episode on Truth Media 605. Instead, I'm just going to do the Uncensored Truth. Keep that. There's a lot of people. To me, it's a lot of people. There's a few hundred, maybe a few thousand that listen to the show. I've got roughly 4,500 followers on Facebook, Getter, Truth Social. Twitter's like 20 or 30. But that's just because that's Twitter. YouTube, there's like, I think, just over 400 subscribers on YouTube. Not very many because those places actively try to censor this type of stuff. But if you guys know of anybody that would want to come on the show, that would, through Skype or whatever, let me know. I'd like to have some people on. I'd like to have a guest on. It gets a little lonely in here. I'm a little bored doing this by myself at times. I have wanted to have Amy Says WTF on forever. I wish I knew how to get a hold of her because I truly believe that there is a pyramid of powerful people out there with the eye in the center. Boom, baby. There are elite globalist fools that are running the world. It's a power structure. There is a ladder, a chain of command. I want to know who these people are, man. And she is the most educated person on that subject, I believe. I would love to have her on the show. If anybody knows how to get a hold of Amy Says WTF, Amy Says what the blah, blah, blah. You get it, right? You understand what WTF means? No social media. She's been deplatformed everywhere. On BitChute, I can find her channel. I don't know how to reach out other than just commenting on the video. But I wish there was an email or some way to get a hold of her because I would love to have her on my show, man. Oh, that'd be great. So many things I have to ask her that I want to know. All right, I think that's it, man. Short show, like I said. Very short episode. I do apologize. I just wanted to talk about a couple headlines and say hi. Drop in and just be like, what up, fool? And so that's what I did. Again, please subscribe, thumb up, thumb down. I don't care which one. Just do one of them. Leave a comment and tell me what you think of the show. What you think of the episode. And if you're listening to this on a podcast, please rate the show. I don't even care if it's 1 star. Just give me what you believe I am worthy of and leave a comment so that I know what I'm doing wrong. I want to know how to make the show better, man. Please. It doesn't take very long. Just go and do it. Please. That's all I'm asking, baby. But yeah, thank you for watching. And until the next time, keep your eyes open because there's some shit going on. See ya. Dang, Rockstar's good. It is bad for you, but it tastes so good. My gosh. This is going to kill me probably. All right, see ya. Sorry, I went on a little too long.